Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. May update ang IRCC tungkol sa mga eligible fields of study na dapat kunin ng isang international student kung gusto nitong magkaroon ng post-graduation work permit. Okay, yan ang ating pag-uusapan kasama ang ating suking si Dayanara M. Puerto Bantigue. Ayan, so 920 fields of study na ngayon ang total. Pero nagdagdag bawas from the earlier list of
Yes,
eligible
po.
fields of study. Good news ba to, Dayanara, for Filipino international students or at least those na alam mong nangangarap mag-aral sa Canada? Yung mga kursong
Mhm.
pasok ba, kinukuha ba natin yan?
Well, honestly, Miss, I don't see a lot of like differences kasi hindi
Oo.
naman talaga ito usually kinukuha ng mga kababayan natin. Marami sa mga kababayan natin ang nalilinya sila sa business, healthcare, ganyan. And a lot of the fields na nandun sa mga yun, hindi naman talaga sila nawala. So,
Oo.
kumbaga yung personal support worker, nandun pa din, practical nursing, nandun pa din, early childhood education, developmental support services, nandun pa rin sila. Meron lang mga mangilan-ngilan na nadagdag at yun nga,
Okay.
medyo nagdagdag bawas sila. So for example, um, may mga program sa trade na nawala. So for
Oo.
example, solar energy, wala na siya. Property maintenance, ito yung mga program na um, hindi naman talaga I have not seen a program na pang property maintenance. As in yung mag-aaral ka ng 2 taon para mag-maintain ng property. I don't see programs like that. Drywall installation, drywall repair. Kadalasan yung mga ganitong field ay kasama na sa mga mas malalaki pang mga programs. So for example, carpentry, renovation, under those programs nandun yung drywall repair, ganyan. Pero I don't think masyado tayong apektado dito, honestly.
Okay.
Um, Medyo nakakalungkot lang kasi syempre may iba, machinist, ganyan na wala, marine maintenance, pero madalang naman po ang mga Pilipinong kumukuha ng mga ganitong, programs base sa karanasan ko as educational consultant and immigration consultant po.
Yeah. So for those wondering, okay, basta i-google nyo lang, i-search nyo yung PGWP,
Mhm.
Canada.ca para mapunta kayo dito. Yan, makikita nyo yan. And then there is a link here. Ayun, no, yung full list of
Opo,
eligible fields of study. That is
opo.
where you can find the full list nga. Sabi dito, so 119 new fields
Yes.
of study in sectors like healthcare, social services, and education and trades were added.
Yes,
Ang
opo.
binawas naman 178 dahil they are no longer linked to occupations in long-term labor shortages. Ito yung
Yes.
i-click nga natin itong link na to.
Opo,
Oh
ang
my God, napakahaba pala.
pinaka-notable sa akin siguro yung environmental studies. May ilan ako mga kliyente na kumuha kasi nito eh. Environmental studies, environmental resources management and policy, hindi na po sila kasama ngayon. Water, wetlands, marine resources management, hindi na rin po kasama. Natural resources conservation, hindi na kasama. Yes, yun po yung sa linya po ng STEM and agriculture. Opo.
Yeah, I think the good thing about this, tulad nung nakasulat dito sa kanilang press release, is aligned ito sa priorities ng express entry. So
Yes po.
basically, it should give aspiring international students a better chance of
A
getting
better
jobs.
idea. Opo,
Oo,
a better
oo.
idea of what to take. So, hindi kung dati parang ang katwiran naming mga educational consultant is basta makarating sa Canada yung client namin, successful na kami. Kumbaga, nakarating na, nakapasa na kami, approved na sila, so successful na kami. Ngayon hindi. Ngayon, maituturing na success yung case ng isang tao kapag ka natulungan mo rin siya. Yung program na binigay mo sa kanya, eventually ay nakatulong din sa pag-apply ng permanent residence. Doon siya
Oo.
mas doon po siya mas successful. So ngayon, pagka nagre-recommenda ako ng mga program sa mga clients, kadalasan ang gusto ko Try natin Northern Ontario. Try natin sa mas remote area sa Alberta o mas remote area sa BC. Try natin sa Atlantic Canada. Kasi yung mga ganitong area, kahit paano, alam mo na binibigyan mo rin sila ng pag-asa for permanent residence down the line.
Oo. Ang tanong ko dito actually, do you think this will help encourage again ang pagdating ng pagpasok ng mga international students? As we know kasi, no, yung international student program over the past, I'd say, 2 years, medyo it's been perceived as to be not as welcoming as before. Parang ganun ba? 'Di ba? Nagbawas dahil nga sa pagkakat ng programs ng tatanggaping pagbabawas ng temporary residents, nadamay din sila dyan.
Opo.
Bawas ng staff, yung mga school, ng programs,
Yes po.
etc. Do you think this will somewhat help that problem sa educational institutions in Canada?
Opo. I mean, I read an article from PI na the immigration minister is actually kumbaga is going to do some deep talks with universities because they wanna revisit this one. Because it's dangerous. If Canada loses its good reputation as, an international education provider, if we lose that reputation, we will lose billions of dollars and we will lose more jobs. We are already losing thousands of jobs, and almost all schools in Canada, colleges are laying off a lot of their workers, like hundreds of workers. And this is not good kasi if they lay off workers, hindi lang naman international students ang affected din yung domestic students. So, hindi na sila ngayon maaring ang maging option ng school ay hindi na kami mag-i-invest dun sa mga program na artsy. For example, broadcasting, creative writing, yung mga ganun, parang mawawalan ng interest sa arts, parang mapupunta lahat sa STEM, sa trade, sa agriculture, sa education, yung kung ano lang yung kailangan, healthcare, kung ano lang yung kailangan. And honestly, miss, hindi naman tayo as a society, kailangan din natin i-encourage yung creative arts, journalism, ganyan, kasi kasama yun sa buhay. Diba? Gaya ko, bukas, excited ako manood ng Squid Game. Alam mo yun, parang, it's the arts that make us want to live. So parang, if we lose funding on those types of, fields, so nakakalungkot din. So, para sa akin, yung mga ganitong changes, para ito doon sa mga talagang nag-a-aspire na pumunta sa Canada, nagpaplano sila ngayon pa lang, at least maililinya na namin sila sa kung saan namin sila dapat ilinya. Pero, for a lot of people kasi, miss, study permit lang ang pag-asa nila eh. We have to be honest.
Actually, I'm sure meron na namang magko-comment dyan, na, dapat naman kasi wag na nga yun eh. Hindi naman sila nagpunta dito to live permanently because it is a student visa. Yan ang sasabihin nila. Parang, ka lang, then go home. Yung mga ganun.
Diba? I mean, I did the same. I went through the same and I am now, I'm a citizen now. I'm now an immigration consultant. I'm doing what I can to contribute to society with all, with honesty, ganyan, and integrity. So, a lot of international students are the same. A lot of international students are young, talented, skilled, na nagko-contribute. So, we need those to stay, to still be interested in Canada and to stay. So, for me, it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, and I think all these changes, not just this one, na ginagawa sa International Student Program, pati pagdagdag ng dinagdagan din ba yung required funds nila?
Sa ngayon po hindi pa. It's still $21,000 for a single applicant for 1 year. It's still the same.
Pero yung, halimbawa, yung restrictions pala sa kung sino lang ang pwede magdala ng spouse. Yung mga ganitong bagay, I think it's ultimately also to try to make sure that the quality of students, quality of graduates who could potentially become permanent residents would contribute more or would be better contributors to the economy.
To the economy, yes.
I think that is one goal naman of
Opo. So ngayon, parang tuwing na may nagko-consult sa akin, gusto ko makapunta ng Canada, wala akong LAMIA. Mahirap maghanap ng LAMIA. Napakahirap maghanap ng LMIA, miss. So wala akong Lamia, wala akong iba, may iba pa ba akong paraan na pwede kong gawin? I
Oo.
tell them, point blank, it's study permit. It's study permit. Kasi kung if you are not able to find an employer, it's really study permit, that's the way to go.
Oo.
And I just have to be honest, para hindi naman masayang yung pag-uusap namin.
Yan, okay. So again, puntahan niyo yung listahan ng bagong eligible fields of study. Kasi again, yun lang ang pagbibigyan ng tinatawag na post-graduation work permit. Another
Yes
important
po.
thing to note is itong date na June 25. So
Yes
itong bagong, can you explain to us, itong bagong fields of study only applies to those who will, ano ba, sige nga ikaw, magkamali ako sa date.
They will be grandfathered. So, for example, those students who will submit their study permit application before June 25, so 26 na ngayon. So, yung mga nakapagpasa na po ng kanilang study permit application before June 25, hindi po sila apektado ng change. So, for example, yung kukuhanin mong program ay environmental studies. So, after June 25, hindi na siya pwede. Okay, hindi na siya eligible. Pero naipasa mo yung study permit mo before June 25, that means eligible ka pa din po for post-graduation work permit. Yun po yung tinatawag na grandfathering. So parang hindi apektado yung mga nakapagpasa na, okay, bago pa ibinaba yung rule po, yung pagbabago sa rules.
Yan, okay. So again, double check if you are already studying here.
Yes
Now,
po.
I understand, Dayanara, no? I also read an article which I shared with you earlier. Apparently, merong nilabas ang IRCC na departmental changes. Parang ganyan, ano?
Yes.
Na gagawin for 2025 to 2026. So, isa
Yes,
lang
po.
to sa pwede nating, ito kasi alam na natin, no? But there are more to expect in
More to
different
expect.
categories sa temporary residents. Do you have an idea? Ano na to? Can you share with us? Or should I just upload that article?
Some ideas, they would like to, well, number one, they would like to continue with the cap for international students. Napansin na din ng IRCC to, karamihan ng mga nag-a-apply ng study permit, yung cap na inassign nila for study permit applicants ay kinukuha ng mga nandito na sa Canada. So, it turns out na yung mga mawawala ng status, some of them choose to study to be able to extend their stay in Canada and improve their chances for PR. For me, I support this. I have a lot of clients now. We are now transitioning them to study permits or have already transitioned them to study permits in target communities, in chosen fields to improve. Meron din silang focus on the refugees. They have some programs for refugees. They may launch some changes sa eligibility po for work permits issued to spouses of international students and foreign workers. More changes, maaaring dagdag bawas siguro sa mga sa mga trabaho. May listahan po kasi tayo ng trabaho, di ba po? Na pwede lang, yung mga asawa ng mga may ganung trabaho, sila lang yung pwede mag-apply ng OWP, maaaring dagdag bawas din sa listahan po ng trabaho na yun. There's an increase ng focus po sa Francophone Minority Community Student Pilot. So French, yung mga
student pilot, did you say that?
Apo, they have a Francophone Minority Community Student Pilot. So you may be eligible for this depending on your citizenship, depending if you're a French speaker, depending po kung saan nyo din po gustong mag-aral. Meron lang pong listahan ng mga schools na pwedeng pag-aralan, mga French schools all over Canada, para po makapag-apply through the, FMCSP. So may mga ganyang mga ilo-launch na, changes. But for me, the best one I have seen ay yung focus on those who are already here.
Oo, nakasulat yan, ano? Ipa-prioritize ang pag-PPR ng mga nandito na sa
Ng mga nandito na.
In a way, it also again benefits international students.
In a way kasi ang katwiran ng Canada dyan is nandito na sila. Nandito na sila, may trabaho na sila, may bahay na sila. Hindi na sila makaka-aggravate sa housing issue. Hindi na sila makakadagdag dun sa data. Yung alam mo yun, parang less potential na magkaroon pa sila ng problem dahil nandito na sila, nakasettle na sila, may trabaho na sila. So, why wouldn't you wanna keep them?
Yeah.
Diba? And this is very noticeable. Just today, nagkaroon na naman ng EE draw, express entry draw for Canadian Experience class. Siyempre, makakakuha ka lang naman madodraw ka lang naman dito, miss, kapag may 1 year ka na Canadian Experience. So, the cutoff was 521, significantly lower than the last one. So, ang kitang-kita based on their draws, na ang priority po talaga nila ay mga nandito na.
Yeah.
Opo.
Okay. Ayun lang naman. We're keeping this episode short.
Opo.
I hope that helps. You have to do your own research kasi in this case, kung apektado ba yan sa updated fields of study.
Para po dun sa mga interesadong pumunta ng Canada, kumbaga, pangarap makapunta ng Canada, I wish that you are able to find someone that you trust, na makausap po ninyo, someone with license, ganyan. Kasi ako, for example, I have talked to one young person na parang kakagraduate niya lang ng third year engineering, tapos gusto niyang ihinto yung third year engineering para mag-aral sa Canada. Ako talaga sabi ko sa kanya, wag na. Tapusin mo yung engineering mo, mag-aral ka ng French, tapos kung talagang gusto mong pumunta dito, pumunta ka. Kasi sayang.
Talagang sinabi mo yung French, ha? French is key. Totoo lang.
Sinabi ko po talaga yung French. Sabi ko sa kanya, mag-aral ka ng French. Kung may time ka, supported ka naman ng mga magulang mo. So I hope you find, professionals who will tell you the truth. Kasi hindi naman din po pwede naming sabihin na, hindi, sige, tapon mo yung 3 taon nag-aral ka, punta ka dito. Dahil, may potential kaming kumita sa ganun. Pero, I hope that you look for someone that you actually trust, na magsasabi sa inyo ng kung ano yung totoo, ililinya kayo sa tama din, ganyan. So, pagdasal po natin yan. And, hopefully, mas marami pang kababayan natin ang makapag-PR.
Licensed and authorized ang kunin ninyo. Yan yung topic ko sa huli kong episode. Medyo nagiging big issue sa ngayon, dahil nga sa paghihigpit ng IRCC.
Yes po. Saka wala po kayong laban. Pag kumuha kayo ng hindi lisensyado at nagka-gulo-gulo yung application ninyo, wala kayong laban kung hindi kayo sa lisensyado pupunta. Ganun lang yun. So, So, hopefully po ay lahat ng mga kapwa natin, mga Pilipino, ibang mga foreign nationals, ay makapag-apply ng permanent residence really, really soon.
Yan. Okay. We'll see if this will boost interest again sa International Student Program ng Canada. Again, thank you so much, Dayanara. Biglaan kung tinext lang si Dayanara, thank you so much.
Anytime, basta ikaw, alam mo naman.
Ay, nako. Okay, so that's it. We'll see you guys in the next episode. By the way, yung kanyang email na lang ang nilagay ko, Dayanara, para mapadali yung buhay natin dyan sa iyong contact information.
No issues.
Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!